Dog sitting while traveling sounds great, right? Free accommodation, cute dog, living like a local. But after several Trusted House Sitter dog sits, we've learned that like most things, there's the romance and then there's the reality. So in this video, we're going to share 7 things that nobody tells you about dog sitting while traveling, including the one thing that really caught us off guard.
So the best part about the Trusted House Sitter experience, without a doubt, is getting to know and love your new pet.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not your pet. You're looking after them just for a little while, but that experience is just so rewarding. We don't have a dog at home, so for us, getting the opportunity to sort of give our love to another animal for a little while was really, really special.
But this is also one of the main things that people don't always tell you. Yes, it can be adorable and heartwarming, but it's also a real responsibility. The dog depends on you, so if you're mostly drawn to the idea of the so-called free accommodation, but not the actual animal part, this probably isn't for you. Don't do this unless you really and truly love pets and love connecting with animals.
The second thing is that although dog sitting is travel, it's not really vacation travel.
You will probably get a little bit of time to go do a little bit of sightseeing, but it's definitely not like regular travel. You have a commitment to the house and the pets, and so it's important that that becomes your priority.
For us, this actually works well because as midlife travelers and remote workers, we're not big on racing around and trying to cram 10 sites into every day. But it's worth being super clear on this. If your dream trip is all-day wandering, spontaneous day trips, and staying out late, dog sitting is probably going to feel restrictive. So living like a local is what many travelers aspire to. We're always looking for ways to feel like we're deeply connected to the community that we're staying in and to just sort of like actually experience what life is like there.
Yeah.
And that's something that's hard to find. It's hard to come by even with Airbnbs. Dog sitting actually gives you that experience. You basically get the opportunity to step into the shoes of a local family for the time that you're there.
You get to shop where they shop and walk the communities that they walk in.
You get to know the neighbors a little bit, or even if you don't know them, you recognize them.
Yeah.
And
it definitely feels like a local experience, and it's wonderful. You ready? Just a quick reminder that we make authentic travel content for the over 40 crowd. If that's your vibe, hit subscribe. The biggest priority when you're a remote worker is great workspace and great Wi-Fi. And generally speaking, the places that you go to are going to have both of those things. You should ask in advance though.
in fact, for all our sits, it's been quite easy to set up and work, with the one caveat to note that you are somewhat at the mercy of the schedule of the pet that you're looking after.
Yes.
So there will be times that they want to play and they are insistent about it, and you might be getting ready for a call.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not something that you're used to. So just having a little bit of flexibility and mental space to like be prepared for that. But overall, it's like one of the best working remotely experiences that I think you could have.
Yeah.
Because when you're done your call or you're having a bad day, you can also get some snuggles.
When a lot of people consider trusted house sitters, they think about the money they're going to save on accommodations. But here's the thing, you actually save money in other ways as well. As we mentioned before, you're living like a local. So that means you're shopping where locals shop, which means you're getting locals prices. You're not in the tourist areas, so generally speaking, you're not going to sort of bump into tourist prices. So if you go out to eat at a restaurant, it's just where the locals are eating.
That doesn't mean every dog sit is automatically cheap, but it can make a trip feel far more manageable, especially if your goal is to travel longer.
Even though Trusted House Sitters is a global service, it really seems to be focused on the UK and the US. So if your dream house sit is in Tuscany with a dog who loves to go truffle hunting, that might be a little bit hard to find.
So it helps to think of dog sitting not as free travel wherever you want to go, but more as a different kind of travel opportunity. So to dive a little deeper into that, we've noticed that a lot of the listings in the UK and in the United States tend to be in rural settings. So that's lovely, but it does mean that you might be a little further away from some of the big sites and attractions in the country that you're visiting.
And finally, as promised, here's the one thing that genuinely caught us off guard. How personal it all feels. It's not just a place to stay. You're taking care of an animal someone loves, you're living in someone's home, you're stepping into their lives. And because of that, the whole experience feels more human, more personal. Not to mention that inevitable goodbye.
Animals can steal your heart very, very quickly, and it's very easy to become attached to them, which obviously we know. That's part of the reason why it's so great to look after them. But when you spend so much time getting to know and love these sweet pups, it's always hard to say goodbye.
So is dog sitting while traveling worth it? For us, absolutely. Especially because we already love dogs, we like slower travel, and we don't mind building our days around a bit more routine and responsibility. But if that's not you, then you might want to give some careful thought to whether dog sitting is the right choice. And hey, if you're getting ready to hit the road soon and wondering about eSIMs, check out our review of the Airalo Global eSIM.